Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that's why we vote tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. No one to trust, my people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer, no work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. With their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that's why we vote tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie.
Welcome to the Bottomline discussion. Today is the Lord Cholopay, your host, and Padori will be with us shortly. He's in the background. Also, Sidiki Kluma will be joining. I want to say good evening, everyone. It's good to be on the Bottomline discussion. And Padori, He back. It's good to be here. And I want to say welcome to the bottom line discussion. We'll be looking at interesting topics tonight. And I want to say to our audience, I want to say thanks for tuning in. Also, kindly share the show. We'll be looking at our country, Liberia. Is the country gone mad or what's happening? So there will be the discussion tonight. This yellow machine thing that appeared to bring joy in Liberia is tending to be ugly for some reason that I don't know. The leaders that we elected, they gone mad is something that we need to address tonight. What become of these people? These are people that supposed to be the lawmakers that will have oversight on the executive. But what's going on here? Do we have democracy in Liberia, or do we just have some emperor in Liberia that we worship? That will be the discussion tonight. If these guys, the current leaders of Liberia, if their behavior is becoming bad, then what about the generation behind to come? So what's going on? Padre, welcome to the bottom line. What say
Oh,
you? How you doing?
thank you very much, Mr. Chulupli, for allowing me to be here tonight. Our bottom line is a platform that whatever we see, that how we see it, we don't sugarcoat, and also we don't fabricate story. We see things and we say it the way how we see it. So whatever we say here is the fact. We don't lie on anyone. This is the bottom line. Bottom line always say the truth. Whether you take it or leave it, that's your business. So, Mr. Triple, thank you very much for allowing me to be here tonight. And we will come up with a story that's unfolding today in our country. And I hope the Liberian people will have a sober year to listen to whatever we're saying here and take some consideration to some of the opinions of us. So thank you very much for allowing me to be here, sir.
Well, that is good. And we want to say to our audience, kindly share the show. And while sharing the show, we want to do something very interesting because these are our current leaders in Liberia. They are the lawmakers. And they're doing something that is very strange to everyone. So before we start the conversation, we want to look at something. There's a young boy in Liberia that visit high schools, and he trying to interview the 12th graders, our future leaders. And it's just interesting to know what become of Liberia today. So I want to roll something here, if Adele, you don't mind. So let's see if we can try this thing, and then we can have a conversation comparing the current high school student, the 12th grader, to the future leader, to the current leader. Where is Liberia heading? And we want our audience to also chime in on this one. Let me see if I can share this. It's quite interesting, and I follow the little guy, and he seems to do extremely well with his I mean, how they call it, content creation. Let me see if I can roll this quickly. Let me get this going. Hope this come up. Yeah, Padre, while we're trying to set this stage for what I want to do, how is okay? I think we got it here. We should have it here. Something going wrong. We should have it here. One sec, everybody. It's quite interesting. Share this again.
Yeah. Basically, what's the content of the young man's
Okay, hold on. Okay.
H2O, will you take it?
No.
Sorry,
Atiniko,
the video is
Atiniko, Atinik,
Right.
I forgot him.
Oh, you forgot me, right? So what's the opposite of sit?
Sat.
Nope. Sat.
Atiniko,
God have mercy upon us.
Atiniko, Atinik.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are like Jam with Wi-Fi all day, and you?
Truly, Nimne.
Which class?
Yes.
Are you a boy or a girl?
Who are you? What are you doing there?
I also want to know your nationality.
From Grenco County.
From Grenville County. As a 12th grade student, was somebody give you H2O, will you take it?
No,
Why will you not take it?
because it damaged more of our young people in the society.
So I want you to give me the full meaning of AR.
Atiniko, Atinik.
You know, it's too sad.
also
To see
Padole.
yeah.
All right.
To
The
be
reason
very
why
patient.
I decided to feature this is quite simple. That's a 12th grader, H2O. She does not know what is H2O, and she's sitting for the West African Examination Council soon.
Yeah.
Now,
Why?
if you look at that, and the reason why I'm bringing this out, this is a generation that's supposed to be prepared to take over.
Mm.
And then we have the situation with the current leadership in Liberia, like this group here, that supposed to be the group for oversight, and they're supposed to be the one to hold the government, the executive, hold their feet to fire. So if these guys, if the executive comes in and bring in machine that is in the country, what everybody is happy about, but there is no clear-cut agenda what that machine going to do. They all started celebrating. Where is Liberia heading? So if the government brought in fake machine, isn't that a group that's supposed to say, wait a minute, where the money came from, how the money was spent, why did it bring in substandard goods into the country? If these guys decide to celebrate, who dare to checkmate the executive? So the question here tonight, do we have an emperor or do we have democracy? Or the country does not have democracy, that everybody worships somebody? Padori, what say you?
Thank you. You see, this is my personal opinion on the episodes that are unfolding right now in the country. The lawmakers are the branch of a government that's supposed to be making law and also check on every item that's performing in our country, from judicial to executives. When they see anything going wrong, they have a right to summon the person to explain why that person do that. But I'm not seeing that in the habits of these people. But before we come to this level, initially, this quite recent is last year, whole of year before last and portion of last year, there was a torture over leadership in that building. All the rules and regulations were broken, and people do things as defeat. The people that are supposed to punish them and come up with a petition to call for some of them impeachment and whatever, they were around celebrating for them. So that is a serious problem we have. Mr. Chulopule, you and I will talk for now to Judgment Day. The people that are supposed to, the people that employ these people, they are in favor of whatever they're doing. They are ignorant to their own responsibility. So it's a very serious matter. Unless if we can have somebody sober and level-headed leader to come out to change the entire dynamics of our country, the way the people are portraying themselves in power and things, then to change that and transform the entire activities of the country. Because, like, bro, the entire, I can say 90% of the inhabitants are traumatized. You see, the yellow missing situation, it does not require the lawmaker putting uniform up to go and celebrate with the president. But what do you think we can do, Mr. Chilope, in this kind of situation? Because those are supposed to call people accountable, and they are the ones that are jubilating for it. And those that are supposed to petition them to be punished for that misbehavior, they are there saying yes. Because I will tell you the video. I can send a video to you after the conversation. One day, machine then will go into Mambagwe or I don't know, Cranesboro or wherever they were taking the machine to. People at the real market, the marketeer that crying every day, he say, we're not selling, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. The pen boys end up going around and say we are being harassed by police and we are not making money in this and that and the rest of it. The Zogo that saying that we don't got jobs, some are all finished with high school, we can't even find job. They were lining up, cheering for this van. They attend them, passing, they say, you made a statement that you were making. You know, somebody's statement that can come from this people more, when you hear it say he got angry more. To be very frank, Mr. Chuluple.
But the thing is, let's look at it the other way. You have whole generation that never in their entire life to see something good for Liberia. Whole generation. So the reason why I'm saying whole generation, I remember I was in Liberia, 72nd area when George Weah landed on the Solar Street light. Do you know that whole community people were celebrating that their first time seeing light? So see yellow machine for some of the kids today, it looks strange and they kind of like, okay, because the noise have been caused in Liberia that the old man is bringing development. And somebody who bringing development decide to make people homeless, they say, oh, it's a good thing. That what Darren did not say. If anyone in the alleyway just break it down, whether the person homeless, we don't care. This is the development, we just break down. But one thing they have not said, you break it down the home because it's in alleyway that your citizen, no matter what, you're supposed to care for your citizen. It's in the constitution. The government is fully responsible to cater for the needs of a citizen. Now you made your citizen homeless because they're in the alleyway, you won't bring development. But nothing in the budget shows that where the money going to come from to do what you intend to do. That the road. Let's look at how much in the budget for road development. You brought in yellow machine. It has not been explained to the nation what are these yellow machines for agricultural purposes or is for road development. But they only saying, oh, now we did a video last week where you saw Burkina Faso, they brought in their earth moving equipment that they tell you this all of equipment is for heavy duty, this for XYZ. But in the case of Liberia, you brought in yellow machine. We don't know what the yellow machine going to do, but they say to develop. What it's going to develop, we don't know yet, so we're still waiting. Now, the government, you see, when you are in opposition, you for 6 years, you are government in waiting, so you start planning. The day you get in, from day one, you start to execute wherever you think that the country will benefit. This government came into power with this thing called the arrest agenda. In 2025, December, before they came out, they added something, arrest, they added development to it. So the documentation of the arrest agenda, they just completed it. The whole document now. Now the implementation of this arrest agenda, it might drag us into 2027 because we don't understand. So that means they were not prepared by coming into power. So you get what I'm drafting up. So if you start breaking homes, these yellow machines that they brought in, are they for roads? And if it's for road, where the money coming from? That is the question.
Yeah, but Mr. Chilople,
Yeah.
the government came in powers with the narratives of maligning the people, lying to people, pretending to be someone who's did not. So, and that's the kind of people the Liberian people decide to listen to and take the power and give it to them. Those level-headed politicians in the country that want to do the right thing for the country, they tell you some of them, you say, wait for your time. I don't know whether there's a time for politics, I don't know. But they keep on making a statement that very discouraging statement and fail to realize that the age is not waiting for no one. Those people, as you said, it's true. Many of these, the 80% of the population right now in our country is the people that were born during the war. Liberian War, more than 35 years old. Liberian War from 1990 to present, more than 35 years. So most of the people on the street, they born in the war. They see nothing good. When Mr. Taylor became president, he didn't bring anything. He didn't do anything. He was protecting his leadership until he left. Ellen came, tried to put a structure together. Nothing was completed. Where came the little one that was put there by Madame Sely? We have destroyed it. Now, the old men that are coming now, he is a king will lie. And everything he said, I always say this. This is a man that said he's going to ride wheelbarrow to go to the mountain. Now he wearing one single vehicle worth $1 million plot. For God's sake. So the missing, it's true. But if you will have a responsible and sober government, they will ask the government about this particular missing, how they got it, where they got it from, in what mean. They would ask the public work minister or the minister of state for presidential affairs to come forward to explain all those that want to do the purchasing of these yellow missing from China. China, you know, you are educated person, Mr. Chilople, you know, you are aware, person that have international connections, you know left and right in terms of trading and things. Then you are a businessman, you are entrepreneurs, you also are someone who have a knowledge about technologies and stuff and things. You know what I'm talking about. The yellow means China is a country where the way you bring yourself, that how they sell you. So if you say you want cheap thing, they give you cheap thing. You want quality, they give you quality. You want quantity, they give you quantity. Will roll something that it cannot last for no time. That's a China. So basically, those are supposed to ask the government to tell us how they got it, where they get it from, in what mean, to give them the integration of the issue. They are there celebrating with the government. So what do you think will happen? Anyway,
Right.
Mr. Iggy, welcome to Bottomline. You are muted, please. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, greetings, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Dollar, and thanks to Brother Cholope. Good to be on the borderline. And greetings to all the followers, people that are watching us from Liberia, from all around the world. It's good to be here tonight and looking forward to a great conversation.
Yeah, it's good to have you, Siddiqui, to be on the bottom line. And before we dive into the conversation, Siddiqui will be my co-host for a new program that we're starting on the bottom line, starting this Sunday. So let me put this flyer out quickly. This is Siddiqui who will be with us, uh, with me every Sunday going forward from this Sunday. That's Siddiqui Kumar. He will be my co-host on the bottom line, the audience with the Lord Cholope. So he will be the one here. Siddiqui, I see Francis Mensa is in the background too. Let's see. So we'll have a full conversation here. Yeah. It's good to have you on the bottom line and looking forward to the audience with the Lord Cholope starting on Sunday. It's good to have you. Welcome, Francis. It's good to see you. What say you?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So the conversation today is regarding our lawmakers. They're doing something really strange that everybody now concerned. We know that the yellow machine came into the country that everyone is excited about. But this the in, we agree. No development has started yet. But aren't all these guys supposed to be the one to checkmate the executive? So the question here is, do we have democracy in Liberia, or do we just worship the president as the emperor? Because who going to check me if the executive does something wrong? That everyone now, the purchasing of yellow machine, people are behaving like kindergarten kids. So I want us to look at this thing and let's have a conversation here on this. So this is the topic now. Do we have the lawmakers abandon their oversight responsibility to go chair the government? So if something goes wrong with the yellow machine, the money that was spent, if that substandard machine, who going to checkmate the government? Who going to checkmate the executive? If these guys already abandoned their oversight responsibility, where are we heading? Do we worship somebody or do we come to serve our people? I'll Siddiqui come in. Oh, he's gone. Francis, what say you?
Look, there's nothing in the Constitution. And first of all, let me just say hi to you guys, hi to our view audience. It's always a pleasure to be here to give my own perspectives on trending national, international issues. Uh, there is no law that states that forbids legislators, especially ruling parties, legislators, uh, not to celebrate, not to, support the government that they are members of. And it is democracy. They got opposition in the legislators who are there also to checkmate, who are there to put these things on the floor to ensure check and balances. So the legislators, Liberia, the legislature is more than I think 75 people or individuals. All 75 of them they are not a unity parties, no, members of parties. So there's nothing forbidding about that.
Okay, Padole, the same question go to you. These guys have the responsibility because they are direct representation of the people, whether they partisan or not partisan, but they represent the people. And The Constitution says we have three branches of government. The lawmakers here, they are the one to checkmate the executive. The other group is to interpret the law, then the executive execute. So I see Thomas Fowler over there. I see quite a few people, not even member of the Unity Party there, over there. They are all worshiping the emperor. So my question here is, this guy abandoned their oversight responsibility to chair the executive. If something goes wrong, who's going to checkmate the executive? Padori, then Sidiki can come in.
You see, as I said initially, Mr. Chilpi, we don't have no hope in terms of lawmakers. We, the Liberians, don't have no hope to say that these people will do anything in the best interest of the masses. No. They have already demonstrated their behaviors before this time come in to being. The Speaker of the House declared himself publicly that he's a regime speaker. So basically, whatever the executive tell him that's what he will do, he's not there to hold the executive accountable for anything. So I don't expect anything, honestly speaking, Mr. Chirople, from these people. The best thing can happen to these people for the citizen to think wisely and remove many of these people from power, and also come up with certain clause within the constitution to be wiped up and do some rectification there, because that clause within the constitution said when people in a elected position like the president, the vice president, and whatever they do, they should not be accountable for whatever they do in terms of their service. Even when they leave the power, they should not be charged. So that law need to be removed and deal with people when they leave the power or whether they in power to be able to persecute them. So long we don't have that law, these people will behave as they're behaving right now. So I will stop there for now.
Right. Thank you, Padoli. Sidiki, good that you joined us today for the conversation. What say you? Do we have democracy in Liberia, or do we just worship somebody that is elected into the executive?
Yeah, again, Tolope, good to be here on the borderline. So I hear my dear brother Francis talk about we don't have a law in the constitution stop the lawmakers from celebrating initiated like the yellow machine stuff. But what I wanted to bring to our attention is this, and sometimes we kind of miss, construe some of these different things that happen in the country, you know. And I will give you a simple example. Many Liberians they support bad politicians and have beyond a face in the constitution that allows all Liberians to affiliate with any political party. They say, oh, the constitution gave us the right to support any political party or any politician we want to support at our will. And here is the thing. When the constitution, that specific article in the constitution, when it gives that right to Liberians, it didn't just mean like that you can just wake up and just follow anybody who come up and say they want to be president. It means more than that. And it is us, our responsibility to think beyond that what is written in the book, to analyze it. And I'll give you a simple example. In developing countries, for example, the UK or America, to drive, you get a rule. They'll tell you, say, you should be 18 years old, right? Before you drive. And you should have a driver lesson. But simply because, and this is a question to everybody here, simply because your child is 18 years old, can you give your child your car key to drive you? when he or she does not know how to drive? The answer is no. That because the law in the UK or in America says when your child is 18 years old, they should be able to drive. So can you give a car key to your 18-year-old child when that child don't know how to drive? The simple answer is no, you can't do that. You'll be taking a big risk. So that child will first have to go to drive. You must be very sure that that child can drive before you can risk your car key, to that child to drive you or whatsoever to drive himself. So when that constitution gave us the right to support anybody we want to affiliate with, it means that we can ask the hard question, we can look at the kind of people we support, and similarly to this yellow machine stuff, you know, there should there shouldn't be a specific article in the constitution to stop people from celebrating this kind of petty initiative in the country before the Liberian people ask them to stop doing this kind of thing. First of all, Rachel Kuhn, Thomas Farah, and all the lawmakers that we saw leaving the session, the job that they are paid to do at the end of the month, to cut the session short that particular day, I think 2 days ago, let the Liberian people work, went to the free folks, dressed up in yellow suit, or shine. After that, he went to the executive mansion. He had a short program with the president. And this is very, very unfortunate. We are in 2026. This is the 21st century. You know, I like how you put it, Brother Cholope. These are the people who should be holding the executive accountable to make sure that, remember that is the promise that they're going to bring 285 yellow machines. This is just the first batch that came to the country. Holding the executive accountable that the rest of the machine can, and each of the countries should receive equal amount to carry on the development project that is already informed the people about. But they're not doing that. You've got to special shot to go and celebrate with President Baka. This is unfortunate. And Liberian people, this is why whenever we have an election, the amount of people that return to that house is on a lower percentage because they can do a good job. They gave them a position to represent the people. Back of them, they go for re-election, they are rejected. That's just evening we received on news that one of the former representative father of Solomon Dodd on the CDC. That's the thing. Back of them, that one we are defeated. I'm not saying Solomon Dodd, for me, I'm a Muslim, I respect the dead. I will not speak ill about him, but back of them, when they are defeated, they can't stand it. They become so frustrated. That's the reality, but it's unfortunate. It's kind of promoting this mediocre mindset in Liberia. The lawmakers should not be doing that. You are there to make law, to hold the executive accountable. In fact, the legislature has a powerful role to play in whatsoever, whether developmental agenda or whatsoever phase our country moving, legislature has a key role to play in the executive. So they should be holding us accountable. We're not saying nobody should celebrate, but the way they turn a whole yellow machine stuff, that it's not really meant for the people.
Right. So that elevated this conversation. And the yellow
Well,
machine, I come to
yeah,
you, Francis.
that 1 minute. I mean, that man said, solo die.
Yeah, I
Solo
was going to
job.
make the announcement. Yeah,
You
as we
joking?
speak, this now,
Of course,
people are solo horse crying. I meant to make that announcement. He passed.
Oh, oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So I knew because I waited. I know you might have played ball with solo, so I wait to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is happening this afternoon, so people
yes,
are
that's
it's
this
all
evening,
crying. So
yes.
it's a sad
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
Coach from coach. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, so our condolences to the family, man. I mean, we all knew Solo, but it is life that we all have to pass through one day. But let's elevate this conversation. Francis,
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming to you. The reason why I'm coming to you, nobody against the yellow machine. But this yellow machine business, the guys left session because They have session on Thursday, only twice a week. They left session to go and celebrate. Good. Who's supposed to do the job? If they're celebrating, just in case, because I'm going to play some kind of video that is circulating on the internet, something about the yellow machine become tangled. I don't know what you is, but we're talking. So in case those yellow machines, they are substandard yellow machine, who now to speak to the government you already worshiping? That's my point I'm making here. You saw the checkmate the government, but now you abandon your function to celebrate. So if something go wrong, who do you talk to now? Because you can't say anything. What say your friend? Say this is my point.
Well, they have the PPC and the PCC or PPCC or whatever it is, and I don't think the role of the legislatures are exclusively to monitor uh, machines and no and other assets of the government. There are a lot of other stuff that I mean, the legislators can they are clothed with the authority to do. Uh, I think I want to believe that the process of the procurement of those yellow machines, earth moving machines were done to the they came back to the legislators. They get a green light for the purchase of that of those machines. So in the event that these things does not work, they have guarantee. You and I buy things with guarantee on it. So if it doesn't work, if there are any malfunctions, yeah, the government take it back. So I don't think the legislators should be concerned exclusively about that.
Right. Okay, but Dolly, let me bring you in the same question though. 21, I don't know the exact amount. I think it's $21 million that was spent. And then we have maybe some substandard machine that now worth the $21 million. Isn't that the responsibility now for the lawmakers to call whoever responsible that did the purchasing of that machine that is celebrating today to say what went wrong? That isn't that the oversight? Talk to me, Padoli.
Yeah, the the topic, to be very frank, I'm all of uh, what actually to say about this particular situation when every error that is unfolding right now is vivid. Everybody can see it, but I see what would be the best solution to rectify this kind of problem. I have not see it because those are responsible to take appropriate action. They are sharing of the attitude of the lawmaker. So obviously, who will be there for these people? When you go to judicial, whatever decision the judicial come up with by law, the implementation is supposed to be done by executive. Executive will say, I will go with the quorum. I don't care whatever you say about the law. I'm not going by that. I'll go with the quorum. And they are the responsible to implement the law. And they are now breaking the law. Those are supposed to spell check them. They are liaising with them as well to jubilate, which is the lawmaker. Well, what do you want me to say in this thing?
Right.
Maybe,
Okay.
maybe, bro, Francis Mensa will be able to give us some uh, proper explanation to this matter.
All right. I came across something while browsing Facebook this afternoon. I don't know how true it is, but this video been circulating. And the reason why I'm asking this question that let me play the video for them. It actually linked with the question I've been asking. Let me see if I can share this quickly. This is
Okay.
quite interesting. That let me see. Can I share this? Okay. Yes, yeah.
movie capture me. I don't know. Somebody on the car there. Okay, let me get a few.
Yeah, they ain't on the car.
Crappy.
Yeah, they ain't on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't.
Yeah, okay.
They ain't fixing the car. It's fixing the. You gotta go for that. Go for that. Now you said go try it.
Okay. This video been circulating on the internet, and in the midst of all of those yellow machine, they have this tanker too that have this funny red color. I don't know if it's genuine, but this been circulating. That's why I said, well, if this guy brought in substandard machine into the country, and from day one, they just took it and broke down, and we have lawmakers celebrating. Does this make sense to us, or it's just another thing to cool the people temperature that development is coming? All we want to know, we get yellow machine. That's why I'm driving at this. I don't know if this video is fake or what, but it was recorded at the free port.
Exactly. Now, I mean, if you,
go on, Francis.
If you are uncertain about the validity of the video,
yeah,
I think we should double check it before we come on here, because we are not in the business of creating stories based on falsehood. The trucks, those vehicles I came were all brand new vehicles. They were all yellow. So that video, I heard, but no, on the truck that some of these things were not even that these what do you call it? That video are being challenged by the authorities.
Right.
So there's a whole container. So I mean, the machines are yellow. There's orange things that are not machines here that are part of the ship.
Right.
So what? Yeah. So I mean,
so
you will take a pink video that was under doctor or whatever it is,
Right. No, the question that I asked here, Francie, I'm gonna give him a scenario here, even if it's a doctor or not. But okay, we'll have how many of the yellow machine came in? 137 pieces. And if you find out all of 137 pieces, 100 of them broken down in the first day of operation. So what the people who celebrating now, what become of it? So they will be what? They will be ashamed of celebrating that they didn't sit back and wait to see what all these things are actually going to function.
I think it's a hypothetical question. If it breaks down,
yeah.
I mean,
anything mechanical can happen. We know that, so it's not hypothetical. You can buy a vehicle today. You can buy the latest Rolls Royce today, and something may just happen. It will not start. It happens all the time. So
it does, but I think there's a lot of what I want to say, uncertainties in terms of your assumption here tonight. You're certain that these machines will definitely break down, or they'll break down anyway.
No,
and you expect them.
No. It's all based on these actors. These actors that's supposed to checkmate. So it's based on this actor. If you now abandon your function, how on earth now when something like that occur, how will you checkmate? Because you already abandoned your role. So it's based on the actor, not based on the assumption that the machine will spoil. It based
but-
on these actors, these very actors that are supposed to be there, that's supposed to represent us, that's supposed to make sure everything goes well.
So
in the
these, I
country.
mean,
These
other
jokers
people.
I'm referring to these jokers.
Yeah, okay. Of these jokers,
yeah.
these are not the only jokers in the place. They got serious people there. So, and any other mission,
These are the very jokers that led to the burning of the Capitol building. So these very jokers, these are the jokers I'm referring to.
You cannot say that. Well, all proof. I mean, these are platforms. You say allegedly. If you have proof that
It was
you
the
hold Liberia, you
Capitol
have
building
to, you have to
cycle that led to the burning of the Capitol building. We all know that changing of a speaker led to the burning of the Capitol building. The president
is normal.
Hooligans. Yeah, the president said it when they said
they moved a lot of speakers.
They arrested Fanatic Kofa. They arrested all of them. So they are all jokers in the house. They told us that the burning of the Capitol building was caused by the very jokers that we elect. Nobody came from outside of burning the Capitol building. So these very jokers here today, they abandon their role to go chair the executive. That's my point here. So when something goes wrong, who's going to checkmate? Is the very joker will say anything? That's the point.
Yeah, Mr. Chiloble. Yeah, Mr. Chiloble.
Yes.
The information, the question you're asking, the simple answer is clear. We don't have nobody to put the executives feet on the fires to give account of whatever they're doing. We don't have that person. So what we can say right now is the citizens of our country to think wisely and see how best they can vet it, whoever they're going to support tomorrow to be elected to hold elected position. So that's the mandate the Liberian people really need to have right now is, look here is the situation. Those people that we were relying on them, that they could do the right thing, here is their behavior. Can these people be changed and replaced with good characteristic people? That should be the contentions of everybody right now. That should be the massive campaign to come by to remove some of the jokers. You see, because they have since 2 years ago, they have been doing a lot of foolishness that anybody can test to it. So what do you do with such a person? Nobody wishing for military takeover right now. The best way is to punish these people. Somebody nonsense something in the constitution to be removed, to prosecute people for the wrongdoing. Whether you elected or you're not elected, when you do the wrong thing, you should be prosecuted. That amendment should be done in the constitution. Who will be able to vanguard for that? It's the citizens themselves supposed to petition their lawmaker to change that clause within the constitution, but they are not doing it, Mr. Chilople. So you and I will always be here to raise our anger, and the pressure go up. And sometimes, if you don't have your pressure tablet, then you end up collapse, for no reason. So
you not collapse. You umpa, you beans up or long. You collapse. You live long to see the 6 year.
Yeah. No, I believe. No. Honestly, what you say, Mr. Mensah, is true. We will wait for the 10 years to be over, and we'll remove the old man and his group to put them one side, and post serious people there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And when we post serious people there, the joker then will be prosecuted, because we got to go after them. We got to show precedent. We can't just leave it like that. They have caused a lot of damage in our country, because when they started that saga, removing somebody forcibly over going through the proper procedure, their own quorum that they have, they never go through it. to remove the previous another joker who were there, which is the former speaker, because the former speaker himself was now a serial minded person. But the way they were removing, that was not the real way. That's what many people said. So once everything is over, I bet you, Mr. Mensah, let's pray to God and see the end of this administration. You will see what will happen. Let a serial person take over. If you are called the name of the serial person right now, some
Right.
of you, oh,
Okay.
the serial person is nobody but Mr. Kumi.
So, Sidiki, you heard Padole and you heard Francis. So you
Yeah.
heard what I said. These jokers who now going to checkmate if anything goes wrong. The jokers already submitted themselves that, oh, we're not going to say anything, so you can do whatever you want to do. That's what it looked like. What say you?
First of all, and I agree with the adjective you are using. These are all jokers, and unfortunately, as a country, we have to deal with these kind of people, being in the legislature of our country, that we expect that they can drive laws, to kind of protect millions and millions of people's lives, and just change life basically, But unfortunately, they are jokers, and sadly, they are. I can say about 65 to 60% of our problem in our country. That legislature you see over there today. Just see the salaries, the benefit they are being paid. On a monthly basis, 15,000. The government of Liberia pay for their gasoline. Even our drivers that drive them home, the government pay for that. Their security, even their cook to the different homes, the government of Liberia pay for that. And what they do, they sit there. The first thing that happened in this yellow machine to solve Cholope is this. These buggers, they sit at that house and allow the president to send a letter called gentleman agreement without getting the PPC, I think PPCC, the public procurement, something like that, that should have been involved earlier on. The government or the executive, rather, not even the government, but the executive, could not get the PPCC involved. They sent a letter to them at the time Rachel Kuhn, and that whole speakership that was ongoing for about 4 to 5 months. There was a complete disconnect between what these guys are doing and versus how what they were doing were benefiting the people. A complete disconnect. These guys have spent months to RIA Hotel. Any of them, they've not been able to tell the Liberian people who are paying for that stay when they were there at the RIA. Charles Calano, a businessman who owns a hotel, he accused Rachel Kuhn of not paying him. The first speakership election on Joseph Baga won. The first speakership election they had it both Cam, Team Fonatico Fire, and Team Rachel Kuhn. At the time, they flocked him. Rachel Kuhn. So the Rachel Kuhn people were stopping at George Calano Hotel. Up to today's date, they've not been able to pay George Calano his money. So they could not go back there when they were doing that speakership crisis. They had to run to RIA. Not RIA, but RLJ rather. Sorry. RLJ Hotel. I'm sure again, they're not paying a lot of people that money. And these are people, look, they are jokers, and I agree with you. And this is why we can't continue to blame the Liberian people at some point, because the Liberian people, they're actually trying their best in terms of how they deal with these people at the legislature. Back of them, look at the election cycle, Brother Cholope. When they go for re-election, only few can be re-elected. Back of them are kicked out. Look at the people United Party, and this is where today, this is another observation that I want to bring to all of your attention. President Barker and the United Party people say they are fighting corruption, they're passionate about holding past officials accountable and so forth. See the man now, the healing. The same man Joseph Barker went to Lofa with Yeke Koluba and the other CPP leaders and called Tifa. Today, he's a good man. Thomas Farah, they used to call him Tifa, that's the name. You know, Joseph Barker was right there. When Yeke Koluba referred to Thomas Farah, Tifa, all the United Party people. That Yellow Machine Committee, what now they've created a new committee instead of putting it under the Ministry of Public Work. They formed a Yellow Machine Committee. You know who they made chairman of that committee? Brandon Samuka, who were convicted in court for stealing the air of their money. How dare you wasting our time today like you want to prosecute Samuel Twe when you are appointing Brandon Samuka, who was convicted in court? The record is there. Every day and night, they beyond other people who have not been convicted in court. All day, Musa Benedict a criminal, Ezwazi a criminal, but they can show you no code that these people were convicted in. But Brandon Samuka was convicted right in the court in Liberia. He could not take a seat. And you come today, you gave him position because you not get job. You say you want your own too. You create a different committee. Do you know that right now the public work minister will be working on Brandon Samuka? Because he's just a member on a Yellow Machine Committee. And Brandon Samuka is the chairman of that committee.
Right. So this is quite interesting. I want to take a quick break and then we'll come back. I know Francis want to address the thing you see because I can see the way he went back, like he want to drink some cold water. For Francis, just grab a cold water quickly. Maybe just it's getting quite interesting. On Sunday, the 1st of March, the Bottomline have another program coming out every Sunday, starting from the 1st of March, audience with the Lord Children. So let me roll this. Let's take a quick break on this, and then we can come to Francis because I know he wants to counter our Sidiki said. Take a quick break on this.
In a world drowning in noise.
Okay, I'm frozen. Francis, I'm frozen. If you can talk.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to respond to Brother Sidiki's assertions that he made about Brandon Samuka. We all know that there was a kangaroo court set up, and then a precedent was set from that case that the president of the Republic of Liberia is the only person who is covered with that immunity. So Samuel Twe will go through the same process. He'll be adjudicated. If he's found guilty, he face the full weight of the law. Is in the court deem it necessary that he'll be free, he will be free. So that's it. But I know a precedent was set, and that precedent will not change.
Right. Okay. Padole?
Yeah.
Before we move on to our international stuff, what say you? What Sidiki just said. This government talk about prosecution. Are they serious or they just doing it because they want to the campaign that are going to prosecute people? It's just what say you?
Yeah, I'm in line with people that have been suspected of committing crime to be prosecuted to the fullest. I'm in line with that. And Brandon Samuka was prosecuted for misappropriation of interest in properties. That is the fund for the military that was stepped aside to be given to them in case of any emergency or whatever problem he has in the future. He would that money was deducted from the people's salaries and put it aside, basically to sort them up. The money was there according to Brandon Samuka. He was instructed by the president, the former president, to use the money for different purposes that the money was not there for. So based on that, he was prosecuted. So if the senator come up and said that he was instructed by Mr. Weir to carry on the distribution of the fund, the country money, there must be some justification to actually show that where the money went to and how it was used, if it was used wisely in the best interest of the masses or of the country, and maybe he might go free. But if it was not used in the best interest of the country, you need to fear the full way of the law. That's my opinion on that. Question about the committee set up to make Brandon Samuka as the head of it. I'm not against it, to be honest. But what I would say here, Brandon Samuka should know that he was instructed before by the former president to do a XYZ. It did not go well. He did not do it well with. That led to his losing his job. He was meant to go to jail, but some way or others, and he was reprimanded. So in this manner, when he misbehaved, you should be expecting, because the next administration that coming will not be joking, which is the ANC. So basically, we're taking over from unity parties, and we will vary every aspect.
Okay, but hold on right there. Hold on. You are telling us somebody who been convicted for stealing from the Liberian people, and they deny his seat for being senator, and he decided to pay back. He agreed to pay back. He had been convicted. So we encourage people that steal from us. We elevate them. Is that the kind of Liberia looking at? Is that what you're telling us here? If you caught in a cookie jar, you're not supposed to serve. It's like you want a pressing in the UK here. Do you know to even get a cleaning job, you won't get it because you have broken the law. Your right is gone. So how can you elevate somebody who now been classified as criminal and reward that person? The same thing, I'll point out something. There was another woman that was convicted for murdering her stepchild. They free her from prison, they elevated her. What kind of Liberia we heading for? So this is the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Chilope, thank you very much for bringing that to my attention. Let me tell you something. When you look at the integrations of the Brandon Samuka case, from my understanding on the explanations, because I heard everything in time of trials, he was convicted for misappropriation. Funding was intended for something, he was used for a different thing. He said he was used for a different thing by the instruction of the president. The reason why they convicted him, because when the president gives you a wrong instruction, and the instruction is not in the interest of the masses, you should be able to tell the president, I don't think this is the right thing, I don't think I will implement it. If my memory can serve me right, that's the reason why he was convicted for. So President, I don't know what you heard about this.
Your criminal event
are there criminal investigations?
And friends say here, you hear yourself. When somebody convicted as criminal, the criminal, there's no, you cannot sugarcoat in a way, say, oh, because the person is strong. And you're wrong. Speak on Liberian English. You roll. If you are because that's why he was convicted. He misappropriated the
No, I mean, my friend,
Before he
You
did
no,
say,
this, so why
my
else he
friend,
not did it?
yeah.
my friend, Paul, you are, I mean, I think you are misinterpreting uh, what a verdict sentence may be. I mean, there are elements, there are consequences, there are reasons. People are in the great United States of America. People are convicted for murder. They be in jail, and it was wrong. Later on, they found a plea. So it doesn't necessarily mean when you convicted wrongfully. So once that word is like that word, that nomenclature of conviction is behind you. It's only that mean you are no, you're 100% wrong. I mean, just point out before we'll go to the next topic. Eddie, she took charge of her son Robert Salif's Robert Salif and Charles Salif, you call it, misappropriation of government money. The CDC government decided to let it go because she said that. So why didn't they give the same uh, rights opportunity to Brandon Samaka? Because he's not the son of the president. If the president come and say, I take still responsibility of my son, you want to prosecute my son, prosecute me, still prosecute me instead.
No. Listen, Mr. Francis, before we go further, the situation is not the same. The alien take in charge of those serif children. He said, I take the responsibility. So she had the immunities not to be prosecuted as the head of state. But in Brandon Samuka case, he didn't take the in charge. He didn't say, I'm in charge of whatever Brandon Samuka did. But she admitted that, yes, I told Brandon Samuka to carry on the thing. But she didn't say, okay, I take the responsibility of Brandon Samuka blunder or whatever he did. But my point here is what Mr. Chilopin is saying. He says, since the man is convicted
Exactly.
for the crime, but we should look at the gravities of the crime that he was committed for. And we should look at the formula of the conviction. And beside that, we should, before we go further, the former president of the republic reprimand this man and with giving immunity to free him from every crime that he's supposed to go.
And hold on, this is the point I'm making because he was responsible for funding for the military. And honor him, something went wrong. That's why he went to court. Now you can't get yellow machine, there will be money involved again. Don't you think the same thing could happen? Because they say your past performance determine your present. History could repeat itself. That's my point I'm making here.
Your point is a valid point, Mr. Cholope. Your point is a valid point, but here is the situation. We are saying here, in many occasions, yellow missing has come and give it to the power ministry and things and rural development here and there and so. And they misuses. Some of these are leveraged, dash in the middle of the forest.
No, but the point I'm making, Bram Samota is the one heading the yellow machine now. So if any money or something that he's the one will be the man that oversee everything. He was the one in charge of the military when something went wrong. Now you get him another project. Don't you think in my mind something could go wrong again?
Yeah, but he will be prosecuted for anything wrong.
So then why can you find somebody else then to keep giving to somebody who been convicted before? I gave two examples here.
Okay, can we make some progress? My computer gave me a hard time now.
Yeah, Ronald Moses Scott were convicted for murdering. They got her out of prison and they elevated her, they gave her a big job. What kind of Liberia we looking at? That's my point here. With that kind of huge allegation, convicted criminal, convicted murder, and they elevate you. And we said, oh, it's okay because the president pardoned the person. Well, wrong is wrong is wrong. That's the fact. So if Hawk that case, according to them, they didn't find a logic in it, why can't they start the in government now they believe in rule of law to look at some girl that was
Government
killed?
believe in your law, Mr. Mr.
All right.
You
See,
know
what
that.
say you so we can close all the program
The government
because
believe in
every
rule of
time
law.
I hear something about Liberia, nothing's not going right. Talk to me.
Just imagine, brother Tusholope, this government is now persecuting Funanti Kofa and the other lawmakers for the capital building saga, and also Samuel Toy and a few other former government officials are in court. I remember a few months back, they arrested the former foreign minister, D. Marshall Kimaya, and other few former officials, linking them to this race. Can you imagine? And this is why I say the asset recovery guys, we've not done a good job. 3 years, we put a team together to recover stolen assets that were taken from the country. And since then, the only thing they can run beyond is arrested people like somebody who they say that stole Becca rest. Can you imagine that? How do you reduce and bring people? So all the things that we accuse these people of stealing from the people, a bag of rice you go wrong after, bag of rice. So just imagine, here is the logic I'm trying to drive at. Imagine this UP government, they arrest all these people, even though they are going through the court process, prosecute them, they go to jail. And then the next administration comes and they release all these people, give them job and say, are the UP government our political witch hunt. So is it how we're going to change that, bro? Is it how we're going to change, bro? The Mususka were convicted. Bani Samuka convicted. But Mususka, she was released when this government came to power.
Pardon
and
me.
as soon as they release her, in 2 weeks, they gave us another position.
That's the point I'm making.
So imagine, just think about that. How are we going to end the culture of impunity for people to be able to account? All of us that are here, I'm sure, Padola, you're not defending Samuel Toy, you're not defending Brandon Samuka or the other people. But what we are saying here is that let's try to be serious for once. Let's do it for the political sentiment. That's why we have a court. The court is an independent body. We have different agencies than the LACC.
Right.
So these institutions are independent. So when they find somebody guilty, they should refund and go to jail. No political version on that. But you can't relay Musu's car, you get a job. So they see some time you won't put in jail today. You think when you put in jail, other people will release them too?
So thanks, guys. Friend said you said your laptop giving problem. I don't know. On Sunday, we kickstarting this program. Audience with the Lord Cholope will be firing. We'll have Duke in the house to have a conversation. And every Sunday going forward, Sidiki will be my co-host on the Bottomline discussion. It's a new version. This is the Steven cycle of the Bottomline. So whoever going to come on the Bottomline discussion, you have to be ready for
hard talk.
Hard talk. This is no way. You see, with a group, we can't eat crab with him. We say it the way we see it. So
I know, right?
This is the hard talk of the Bottomline. So we'll take a quick break and then we'll talk about Donald Trump. Will there be any war because the way things are going, and then we can close the show? So let me run this thing about the Lord Cholope, the audience with the Lord Cholope, starting on Sunday, the 1st of March. I'm looking forward to this, the new hard talk of the Bottomline. And I hope to get Joseph Barker on the platform. You can make that possible for our friends here. Let's take a quick break.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Cholope conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Cholope. On the Bottomline, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Cholo Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottom Line Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.
Yes, welcome back to the Bottomline discussion. So we'll be here on Sunday for the first edition of Audience with the Lord Chilpe. Padole Francis, we always do international on this program. It's getting very interesting in the Middle East. There was a negotiation took place in Geneva, no conclusion. Donald Trump said if these people does not submit, he will go after them. Guys, I know you all been following the news. Would there be some trouble in the Middle East? Francis, I know your PC giving problem before you leave. Let me hear you before we close up.
Look, Paul, there is a strong possibility that there will be some fight going on, war, because countries are now advising the citizens to leave Tehran, Iran, as a matter of fact, even as close as Israel, or getting the people out. And in my mind, I think the president of America is wrong. He has no moral rectitude or no political or whatever right he has to go and attack another country because he claimed whoever claimed that they are enriching uranium to have nuclear weapons. The America itself has nuclear weapons. Britain has one, has some. The Arabs' closest enemy, the Arabs annihilator, which is the Arab massacre who killed the people. Israel is right there. So I think it's wrong. I want countries like China, Russia, and other people to come up to give the support to Iran. Let it be a standoff. America cannot have its will. There are 7 countries around the world. Who has to be police? Are they go on Earth? Complete nonsense.
But Francis, usually you have European nations queued behind America to do such thing, but this time they all quiet. What sort of message they sent? The signal they sending to us? They are very quiet. I remember the Saddam Hussein issue, the issue with Libya. They were all involved, but how come now they're all silent? They're not saying anything.
There's a quiet support, mutual support behind the scene. They do not want to come, up front, afraid of retaliation, afraid of reprisals from the Arab world. So America, who is claiming to be the giant, will step out and put it in obedience chest. But all these guys, trust me, They are all supporting America, pushing
But
them.
it's yet to talk.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
they're pushing them. If they can start to brand and label the revolution guard, in Iran as terrorist organization, the People's Security Force, you label it as terrorist organization, sponsor of terrorism. Oh, man, the people are all involved.
But okay, Padole,
Yeah.
Israel in the since Donald Trump came to office, they have attacked 8 other countries or 7 in that region. Iran is not going after no one, but they ban label as the most terrorist country that going about that is now, according to Donald Trump, State of the New York Nation address, he said that these people are making weapons now that can reach Europe. The same lie they gave us that Saddam Hussein had mass weapon, mass destruction, and never fought anything. Now they coming with something out that this guy creating something that can reach Europe. But the thing because Iran cannot be very something that reach America, but Iran say if you touch us, we'll go out because we can't reach you, but wherever we can reach, that means in the region, all your bases around, including Israel, will be hit. So now the UK, the Americans themselves, they withdraw their embassy. They told their ambassador and the family to leave Israel. So will this thing be anytime this weekend? Because why are they bringing other in their people from the region? Think on it. What's going on? Are they going to strike or we're going to have some serious crisis in the Middle East that will actually have effect on everybody?
Yeah. From my observation on the contents of this issue, what I've been hearing on the international media here and there recently, that the
Padole, your
American,
voice low.
oh, my voice roll.
Yeah, go on then.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. As I was saying, from my observation in this matter, it will be a tough game. It will be a tough war. It will be a very, very tough war. But I said it before that we wait and see
Bless you.
Excuse me.
what will be the outcome of this situation. But Russia and China will not come physically to support Iran, but they are in support of Iran against what is really going to unfold if it's taking place. And the various American entities in the Arab war will be the principal target. And the last discussion that we just have, according to what I heard, what did Donald Trump say for Iran to do? Iran say we cannot do that. We're willing to stop any nuclear weapon installation, but we will still have a weapon to defend ourselves because our ally, I mean the neighbor, is around finding all means to destroy us. So we have to get something to defend ourselves. We can't rely on anybody. And if the Americans say the pistol that we are going on, he's not satisfied with it, he want to invade us, he's preparing also to retaliate, to defend ourselves in all capacity. So what I'm seeing here, we should just pray for the peace. To be realistic, we just should pray for the peace. Because today the way the war was looking before is not like that anymore. Activity is missing. People are intertwined every corner. So if the American think that Iran is alone, we should be making mistake.
But isn't that what Israel want, that the people they should reduce long-range missile that they have, because
The people will not do
12-day
that
war, what they
before.
did to Israel, it really pinned them. So they asking now that, oh, reduce your long-range missile so it can reach all. But Donald Trump said something in June that he actually destroyed their nuclear weapons. So how come now the other people have nuclear weapons? And he told us that he destroyed it with the mother of all bombs. So how come the thing he destroyed, then you coming after it again?
Yeah,
Friends, what's going on here?
He didn't hit the target. It was not true. They hit the infrastructure here. I mean the infrastructure, but
yeah, but he told the world
before
and he used a big English language.
Yeah, but before they could,
So they were obliterated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before they could reach there, the people have removed the appropriate material that's relevant to them. So they remove it. So basically, the material was not. These are the clever people you look at them so. But to be realistic, I don't see any sense in this particular war. You're supposed to leave the people alone to live peacefully. Entire Arab Gulf, the Arab war, the Middle East, that is a country that practicing democracy because they're changing the president by means of election. Everybody cannot be like Great Britain or America, France, and Germany and Spain. No. People got their cultures, they got their way of
system.
administrating their government.
Francis, Donald Trump said people they killed in their own people, but in America, we saw what happened in Minnesota. People were demonstrating, ICE killed them. So what is different? You doing it, the other person doing it in our country. What concern you that you want to interfere? But who make you police person of the world?
Self clean, taking on our responsibility.
Look, Francis, let me tell you something. Huh? You see the war that go on to Ukraine. No one thought that the war going to stay on up to this time between Ukraine and Russia, because the first week the what do you call the Russian military were all over in Ukraine, in the capital city and all. They were there. They were all over. But what happened? Because the citizens did not accept their invasion.
But Dolly,
you have to
it's not only the citizen. You see, it was the NATO that decided to use all kind of things. How they call this guy came up with Stalin. They started the technology thing. Ukrainian had it, the drone thing. It came from Britain, and all of this started doing it, and then it got built. So we know. So what can head indoor? I can head in care. And Francis says something here. China and Russia, they're not talking. Will they be the one in the background to pump these guys or to give America a bloody nose? That's another thing. That's another question.
It's possible.
Because they've been doing it with Russia by supporting Ukraine. It's not hating thing. They've been supplying arms. They've been funding. So is it that, we keep quiet, we build our Iran in a way, yet then give these guys a bloody nose? Is that why some of the Western countries now look at it and say, we're not going to send our people with America? Let's talk in the background. Is that what's going on?
Yeah. One of the statements that you and I are supposed to remember is quite recently when Donald Trump said that the war that was going on in Iraq and Afghanistan, the ally were not doing nothing. He said the whole thing was the American soldier. They the one who were doing everything. The ally was just there to occupy space.
But we know that Denmark had the highest number of casualties in our war.
England have almost more than 400 people died for that thing. When he came out and said that they were not doing nothing, he really hurt England. If I lose more than 400 of my citizens for that stupid war, then you come and tell me today, you say we were not doing nothing there, we're just occupying space and stuff and things. You heard them. So for this reason, maybe that's why the backing up right now to watch and see if America alone can go and achieve anything. Because where America alone went to fight the war, they know how they ended. This place here,
Vietnam.
Vienna. America alone went to Vienna. You see how they came up?
Friends say charm in so we can close. Charm.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to say quickly that just 2 weeks ago, there was a joint military operation by Iran, Russia, and China.
That's right.
And this show of being the giant military, they bringing all your big guns, surround the people. I know it doesn't make no sense. Iran, let's get it clear, for the record, that Iran will suffer a lot. America will suffer too. There will be some casualties on the American side as well. So, and America is creating more enemies now than it has had. Yeah, no. So I'll just conclude that.
Friends say, hold on. You still have the Hezbollah. They're looking for something. You still have ISIS in Iraq. They're still there. They're in Syria. So if some break loose and all of these groups just wake up, that whole region will be in serious trouble.
But all the people have said that. They have said it over and over. When Donald Trump first announced his plans to attack Iran if Iran does not cooperate or does not discontinue the nuclear enrichment. The Hutus, the group from Yemen, has committed themselves. In fact, all the various uh, ultra militant group have all committed themselves. So it really is going to be bloody if those. I mean, these are the rare foods. You call it out the legislators' foods. The rare foods of Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia sit down there and allow America, to attack one of its neighbors, but no, despite the religious differences, the Shiite and the Sunni, it will not go down well for the region. So yeah, that's my closing.
Yeah. Okay. Padre, you want to close this so we can leave, because we also want to say to our audience, thanks for being with us. Padre, what say you?
My closing on the international activity that going on in the Gulf right now is I hope because when the Western country hold themselves as a puppet to America, it's very, very scary to be honest. They're supposed to be able to stand frankly to tell America how they see things is going on. It's not fair, but they're not doing it. I think they need to change that narratives of behavior. For Liberia, selecting Samuka, I got some confidence in Samuka that Samuka will do the right thing in this yellow machine issue. Being a military man, he take instruction, but he learned a lesson from the past instruction that he took from Mr. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I think that is a lesson for him. He will know how to portray himself, because if he misappropriate, they talk about yellow machine. He behaves the way he behaved in the past Unity Party administration. That would be a serious or cassette on his life. When you say on his life, not to die, but the character will be assassinated and the future of the political ambition will also be jeopardized. That's how I can say in this.
They didn't mean like breaking down for that thing. The record sport is criticized. I beg
Yeah,
you, man.
but the end result, people will not vote for.
Papa,
I beg you, now.
the people that print Johnson then can go for 3 terms.
Yeah, there's a Nima Kante there. Nima Kante is one of the travelers.
Oh, yeah, close the show.
Hey,
Thank you.
Maggie, report on sanction.
Yeah.
Hey, Maggie, he left
yeah,
Babolu.
Yeah.
He went to Maki. Where you not from? He key senator there.
Oh, that's Liberia.
Yeah, but what happened in France? Nima is one of the worst travelistic country. So they do if they were not, they were someone who can think wisely and behave wisely. They're not going to vote for them.
I think that will be a topic for another day because
Koga not supposed to even be the replacement of.
Let's say you close this show.
Yeah, I finished it. Yeah.
Okay. I want to close on something here. I want to share something. That will be my closing. The reason why
I'm done with it.
The reason why I'm angry with our lawmakers, there's something that happened to the children of Liberia. When we all depart this world, when Liberia will be like. So I just want to play this thing. It really gets into me, and this is why I'm getting angry with the lawmakers. So make sure people, the children, the future leaders get better education. Let me see if I can share this quickly. It's quite interesting.
You're talking about a legal?
Yeah, hold on. This my own thing. Let me see. I want to see if I can share this. I hope my network gave me the opportunity to share. Okay.
Well, Paul, that
Slowly.
is pathetic. So I don't wish to look at it to be verified.
But that would be my own closing.
All right, no problem. That's your opinion.
Okay.
I think
Listen, gentlemen, you are like John with Wi-Fi all day, and you?
Julie Nimne.
Which class are you?
12th grade.
I got a few questions to ask. Are you prepared for my question?
Yes.
Are you a boy, girl?
Who are you? What are you doing there?
I also want to know your nationality.
From Grenco County.
From Grenco County. As a 12th grade student, will somebody give you H2O? Will you take it?
No.
Why will you not take it?
Because it damages more of our young people in the society.
So I want you to give me the full meaning of AR.
I think they call.
So that is my closing. 12th graders don't know the difference, don't know what is H2O. And our people celebrating yellow machine instead of doing something. And those children will be the future leaders of our country. It's just sad, and this why get me angry when I see these guys taking unnecessary money. They're suffering the late kids back home, and that's my thing. I hope that they see Lotche to do something better with our country. So on the note, guys, I just want to say thanks to the audience for being with us. We're back here on Sunday with audience with the Lord Children, and I've seen everyone to tune in and share the show. So on the guys, have a pleasant weekend and look forward, sit back on Sunday and watch the new Steven cycle on the Bottomline. So on this note, we want to play this and say good night to everyone.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottom Line, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Chola Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottom Line Liberia, because the question